Hey guys, I'm here with Kylie and Elijah, and I'm really excited that they're here, that y'all are here, because we're gonna hear their story, but most importantly, we're gonna go over their budget as newlyweds. So congratulations, you guys. You
Thank
just
you.
got married, right?
Yes.
How long ago?
3 weeks about.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize
Yeah.
it was so soon. Okay, that's awesome. So how'd you guys meet?
We met through a family friend of ours.
So great. And you guys, like age-wise, you're out of college, in college?
I just graduated.
Just graduated,
3
okay.
weeks ago.
So, yes. Okay, so
Yes.
did you graduate and then have a wedding? Or
Yeah,
wedding
the
and graduate?
day after.
Yeah, you did,
Yes.
girl. How you doing? You feeling good?
Yeah, I've just
That's a
been
lot.
relaxing at home until I start my job.
Okay, so when it comes to your money, I'm curious, did you guys talk about money a lot before you got married?
We kind of just talked about it right before we got engaged, just to see if we could actually get married and make it work. But
Yes.
other than that, we don't talk about it too much.
Yeah, so you guys have never done a budget together, really?
Not
Okay.
really.
Yeah, well, this is perfect. This is great. But something I always tell couples in general, but especially newlyweds, and for you guys out there that are newlyweds or you've been married a while, some important things, some 3 do's when it comes to money and marriage. Number 1 is you have to change your pronouns. Okay, so it doesn't go from it's my money and your money, it's our money. Make sure that you guys have changed those pronouns. Also have the same bank account. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Do y'all have the same bank account or are y'all still separate checking?
Still separate.
Okay.
We have a joint account.
Oh, yeah.
We have a joint
account.
together.
She's like,
two
"Yeah, we
separate. Yeah. So we have one together that we're gonna pay all of our major expenses and stuff out of, and then
Yes.
we still have our separate accounts.
Yep.
So that presents and birthdays and stuff like that can come out of those, and
Okay.
we're not he won't see when I buy stuff for him
Okay.
and vice versa.
Totally. Okay. A little word of encouragement, combine it all.
Okay.
So when the presents do come, though,
Yeah.
you can just get a gift card and be like, hey, I'm just taking a Visa gift card. Or if it's a birthday, you guys know that you're gonna be buying gifts. So be like, don't look at a checking account and buy a gift. Because really, I've found that for so many people, when you do join that account, so much changes. It's amazing when every cent of your money, especially when it comes to your checking, is one. The unifying feeling that you're gonna have is unbelievable. So you can do it, I promise. Okay. And then also do your budget together, which is what we're going to talk about. And for you couples out there, again, sitting down and talking about your money, doing a budget is so important. So those were the 3 do's. Now there's 3 don'ts that I always tell couples. Don't hide purchases. So Target bags need to be shown to everyone in the marriage. Don't be stubborn, okay? Because there is going to have to be some compromise because one of you is probably naturally a spender. One of you is probably naturally a saver. Oh, who's who?
She's
I'm
a
the spender. For
Me
sure.
too, girlfriend. Man, I know. It's so fun, isn't it? And you're the saver. Okay.
Yeah, I buy food and that's it.
Okay. You're like, I survive in life. And
Yeah,
that's about all I do.
that's about it.
Okay. So, yeah. So, you're going to have to understand that you guys are different, but coming together, you totally will be fine, especially when you do the budget together, which is beautiful. And then also, I like to tell people, don't be hard on each other as well. Give yourself grace because we're all going to make money mistakes, right? I mean, even my husband and I, we still have to be like, okay, I'm so sorry I did that, right? You just give each other grace when you mess up. Those are some good things to think about, especially the joint checking. I'm going to check on you guys to make sure you did that. All right, guys, well, let's get to the budgets. So what you're seeing is EveryDollar, and it's my favorite budgeting tool. You can do it on your laptop. You can do it on your phone. There's an app, and it just makes things so much easier. So one thing EveryDollar does that I love and that I always tell people is to make sure your budget is zero-based, meaning everything coming in is already assigned to a category. And make sure you're doing your budget before the month begins, you guys, and you guys too. Before the month begins is key. So what I have here is you guys are here, and I'll type in your income. Yeah, $5,300, almost $5,400. It's great income, especially for newlyweds. So giving, we always put this at the top because it is the most important thing that we do with our money. If you are to give, where
10%.
do you guys give?
We
10%.
tithe,
Okay, you
yeah,
tithe,
to
yeah,
our
to
church.
church. Okay.
Yeah.
And then your emergency fund, do you guys have savings now currently?
Around 7,000.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so one of the basic things that I talk about is getting a $1,000 emergency fund. So you guys have that checked. But as of now, I'll keep this at 0 because your emergency fund is funded with the starter emergency fund of $1,000. I didn't see anything under mortgage, so tell me about your living situation.
My parents and I, about a year and a half ago, bought a condo in cash so that we don't have to pay anything until it comes time to move.
That's amazing. It's like everyone watching is like, oh my gosh, starting off marriage without even a mortgage. Seriously, that's huge. And the amount of money that you would pay for rent or a mortgage and what you can do with it to get ahead. I mean, amazing, you guys. That's a huge, huge blessing for sure. All right, so you have HOA fees for $137. Water is $35. So your electricity bill is $70. Your cell phone, around $100. Cable, $62. Next is to do transportation, so around $200. So on groceries, how much do you think you guys will spend a month?
Around 300.
Around 300, okay. Okay, and then restaurants?
I would guess around 200.
200?
Like that.
And places like restaurants especially are usually the categories if there is some debt and if you're going to get out of debt really intensely, it's a great category to cut altogether. So just keep that in mind as well. Okay, I saw nothing on clothing, but I noticed
I like to shop.
you do like to shop. Realistically, what do you think on average you will spend this coming month?
Probably like between 250 and 300.
Okay, let's do 250 for now. And again, an area that you have to have, right? Clothing is a need.
Yes.
So I'm not, excluding that. But again, if it's for leisure and pleasure, depending on the debt situation, it may be one that you're going to cut back for a few months, but that'll be in the future. School tuition, good.
Yeah, I'll just have student loans to pay for tuition for
will?
myself. Yeah.
Girl, we'll talk about that in the debt
Yeah.
section. We'll talk about that. Okay, miscellaneous. Okay, so miscellaneous or entertainment on average, what do you think entertainment-ish will be?
Probably only like $100 a month.
Yeah, that's
we don't
great.
do much.
And then miscellaneous is a category that some people skip over, but it's my favorite category because it's like the catch-all. So
Yeah.
things are going to happen and you're like, oh my gosh, we forgot to get a leash for our future dog. Can I got to run out, or whatever it is. It's like all this random stuff that ends up happening. And as you do your budget more and more, the more disciplined you'll get and the more you'll say, okay, that's not miscellaneous. That really goes into housing or that really goes into other things. But again, especially starting out, this is a good place to have. So considering that we have still $3,300 left to budget. For right now, we're going to put it at $200. Again, your catch-all. Hopefully that can start to minimize because you'll be a little bit more diligent with it. All right, now we get down to insurance and tax. So health insurance, it comes out of your paycheck, right? And
I'm on my parents' insurance still.
okay,
so we don't-
perfect. So it's about $51 a month. And you have here $600 or $620 a year. So when it comes to these yearly things, I like to break them up into 12 and say for every 12 months. And this will be basically an expense that you don't spend this month, but when you go to write that big check, all the money's still in your bank accounts is there. Auto insurance, about $208. And then property tax, $54 a month. And then you have your homeowner's insurance, about $50 a month. There. It's all right. The debt section.
Yes.
One student loan, are they broken up into multiple?
There's one from undergrad, and then there'll be one from grad school too.
Okay, there will be one from grad school. You keep saying that. We got to talk about that, Kylie, in just a second. Okay, so for the student loan one, you're like, why did I let her do our budget? Okay, so what's your total?
Of 5,000.
So what I'm going to do is something radical, and I'm going to take every cent here because you have your emergency fund,
Yeah.
and you actually have $7,000. You need to pay off your student loan when you walk out the
Right.
store. Okay, you need $1,000 emergency fund, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go and you're going to write a check for $5,000 and pay it off, which means you'll have $2,000 left.
Right.
But technically, you will have, close to $5,000 because of what's left in your every dollar budget.
Right.
Promise me you'll pay it off. Promise me you'll pay it off. Because what's going to happen is it's going to stick around. And you
Right,
guys are going to
yeah.
have it and build. And then you're going to get in this mindset that debt is normal and it's just what you do. Because you've made a few comments already that you're going to be going back to school.
Yes.
So tell me about that. I want to hear.
So I'm getting my master's at Vanderbilt,
In what?
medicine, health, and society.
Okay.
The same thing as my major. So that's a year-long program.
And how much student loans are you taking off?
30,000.
You're taking out $30,000.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to challenge you guys to do. This is going to make you uncomfortable, but it really is the best advice you're going to get. Is I want you to pause for a year to a year and a half and not do grad school right away. You have a job that you're starting out.
Yeah.
Okay. And you've already got accepted, right?
Yeah.
So you're like game on. Okay. You're going to pump the brakes. And what you're going to do is you're going to work for about a year, year and a half. But really, I mean, you can look up in a year and a half and close to be able to start going to school and cash flowing it as you go. I want you to go talk to 5 different people that took out student loans. And I want them to be like around like 30 years old and be like, okay, was it worth it? Was it worth it?
So I have a question. Why
Yes.
wouldn't she go to school, get it done, and then we do the snowball effect after that, and then save it off and just pay it off in a year like we have planned?
Totally. Number one, interest is miserable. So you're going to be paying a whole lot more for that degree than that $30,000. And then also what you're going to learn is you're not encountering risk. So you just painted a very utopia picture of, well, in 2 years we could just go to school and then we'll be debt free later. You have no idea what's going to happen. You have no idea if you're going to get pregnant. And it's like, okay, I want to be home. I don't actually want to do this anymore. Or maybe with or without a kid, you get into the practice and you're like, oh, this is not exactly what I want to do. You go take another job. It takes lower pay. Life happens. Trust me when I say that. Life happens. And so when you take on debt, you're taking on risk and you're limiting your options. So always, always, always cash flow everything. A mortgage is the one type of debt I say it's okay to take out, but everything else, cash flow it. So the key here is that you want this to be zero. So because you have your money to pay off your student loans, what you want to do now is to get 3 to 6 months of expenses saved up. Your expenses really are about $2,500 ish, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at that, say, okay, 3 to 6 months, whatever that's going to be, whatever amount you decide, that's going to be your next goal, is to save up for that solid emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of expenses. So what I'm going to do is just put it in this line, the rest of this money, so $2,830 will go to savings. And then do this for a few months, right? I mean, I would say, again, probably the next 4 to 5 months, you'll have a ton of savings there. That 6-month emergency fund is key.
Yeah.
And you can just keep this separate. So I would go and get a standard savings account or even a money market account you can do at your bank and keep that emergency fund there, and you don't touch it. So once that's fully funded, put the $1,000 in there first, and then as you start saving, and you don't touch it. And then once that happens, then you can start saving up for a down payment on a house.
Right.
You're ahead of like 90% of America right now. I mean, the fact you have this in savings is insane, and to be able to go and do what you want. So I'm really excited for you guys. So that's it. It's an every dollar budget right there. And to have a step forward, we have a class called Financial Peace University, and it's 9 weeks long, going through it, and it helps you with not only budgeting, but everything from debt to savings to insurance, all the above, to get you guys a really solid foundation on money knowledge. So I wanted to give you guys that class for free, and it's great to go through together. You can find a church that does it. You can do it online, whatever, but it takes 9 weeks, and it really will help you tactically get this information more in your head. So for those of you that are not familiar with Financial Peace University, that is what it is. A 9-week class that helps you really gain control of your money and give you a roadmap. But also what it does is you get a free year of Every Dollar Plus. So what this is this is Every Dollar that you guys saw, but Every Dollar Plus actually goes to your bank account. So when you get transactions in from Nordstrom, I'm going to go on the shopping theme, whatever it is, you can drag and drop that transaction to the clothing line item, and it automatically deducts it. So it keeps up with exactly what's going on in your budget. And that is worth every penny. It is so, so nice. So if you guys have more questions about Financial Peace University, just click the link below. And I want to thank you guys for coming out. Seriously, I so appreciate it. I'm really, really excited for you guys.
Thank you.